Hello, this is the Shadow Ranger, and I have a request to all of the YouTubers. If you follow my videos, you know that yesterday I put out, the 2 days ago, I put out a video talking about the only two things people want from TNA, and I need to clarify something here. That video is just a theory. I'm not saying this is absolute fact. This is a theory that I've come to, and I'm sort of talking about my evidence to support it. If you didn't watch the video, my theory is that the only thing that the wrestling fans and the wrestling community want from TNA are X Division matches and new people. And my definition of new people, again, people that we have not, that we've never seen in WWE, WCW, or ECW. Fresh faces, people we haven't seen. It could be guys from the indies or international talent, or people that we know just from TNA. New people. The one exception might be AJ Styles or Christopher Daniels, because they were on the very, very tail end of WCW when like AJ was in a tag team called Air Raid, but they would be the exception. But I doubt anybody really remembers their short stint in WCW, so we mainly know them from TNA. And my theory is that even the storylines that everybody complains about, storylines, I don't even think the storylines would get bashed so much if it was new people and one of those dudes could hit a shooting star press. So I want to test my theory. Now in my last video I used the Immortal storyline, and I just took out the old people and put in new people, and I left the storyline exactly the same way. And my theory is that the storyline were played out the exact same storyline, only with the change of the cast changes that I made in that video, people wouldn't shit on the storyline. They would say the storyline was great. Well, probably not great. They'd say it was good. It wouldn't get bashed. People would call it a good storyline. So I want to try that with other storylines, TNA storylines. So what I want you to do in the comment section below, tell me a TNA storyline that you thought was bad. Now I can't go back to stuff that I didn't watch before. I started watching TNA in 2004. The first TNA thing I watched was, well, actually the very first thing of TNA I ever saw was a preview for a Wednesday night pay-per-view, like I think like in 2002 or 2003. But the first like actual TNA show I ever watched was the debut episode of Impact in 2004. So anything pre-2004 I don't know anything about. I've watched some clips, but I really don't know much about storylines. So, if you want to start with current storylines and work your way back, I want you to tell me a TNA storyline that you thought was bad, and I'm going to attempt to turn that storyline good by only utilizing the two things that I say that people want, which is X Division matches and new people. So what I'm going to attempt to do, without changing the storyline, I'm only going to change the cast of characters. I'm going to take out the old people and put in new people, and probably replace a heavyweight guy with an X Division guy. Those are the only two changes I am allowed to make in this with this test. I can change non-X Division wrestlers with an X Division wrestler, and I can replace old people with new people. Okay, so a TNA storyline that you thought was bad, and I'm gonna apply my theory to it and see if I can make the storyline better with only changing those two things. And then I will post the video response and then and mention whoever suggested it, and then I would like that person to come back and tell me what they think of the storyline with the changes that I made. Okay. Thank you in advance. This is the Shadow Ranger. Have a nice day.